storms, scurvy, and a captain who'd throw you overboard for less, the pirate life was nothing like the movies. You've just signed the articles, and the ink is barely dry when you realize what you agreed to. This is a floating wooden world where mistakes are punished in hours, not days. You have one voyage to prove you belong, or the sea, the sickness, or the crew will decide for you. Before this is over, you'll learn what really kept pirates alive and the one mistake that ended most of them. The first threat isn't a British frigate, it's the ship itself, rotting and swaying beneath your feet. Grip anything wooden long enough out here and your hands split open from the salt. But that's nothing compared to what's waiting 3 weeks into the voyage. Stay with me. Let's see if you could survive life on a pirate ship. The deck is smaller than you imagined, and there are more men aboard than there is air. You sleep or you drop, in a hammock or in bare planks, packed shoulder to shoulder. Fresh water is rationed by the cup, and it already tastes like the barrel it came from. The food is worse: hard biscuit, salted meat, and whatever the cook managed not to ruin. Above you, the rigging groans, and somewhere below, the bilge stinks of things you don't want to name. Scout's telling you now, on a pirate ship, comfort was never part of the deal. Your first job is the rigging, and it doesn't care that you've never climbed a rope in a gale. You're barefoot for grip, 40 feet up, with the mast leaning like a drunk at last call. One slip, and the sea takes you before anyone shouts your name. Falls from the yardarm were common, and swimming was a skill most sailors never bothered to learn. If you went overboard mid-storm, the ship simply couldn't turn around fast enough. That's the first hidden rule of this life. The ocean kills more pirates than any navy ever did. Down on deck, the captain watches everything. He isn't the tyrant Hollywood sold you. Most pirate captains were elected by the crew. But cross him during a fight or steal from the common chest, and the articles you signed spell out the punishment in ink. Marooning, flogging, a pistol, one shot, and a lonely stretch of sand. You'd feel it before you saw it, the quiet that falls over the deck when a man's about to be judged. So you learn fast. You keep your share, guard your knife, and never insult a man bigger than you below deck. Now imagine 3 weeks pass, no land, no fresh food, and your gums start to bleed. This is scurvy, and it was the silent killer of every long voyage in the age of sail. Vitamin C vanishes from your diet, and your body slowly forgets how to hold itself together. Old wounds reopen, teeth loosen, bruises bloom where nothing hit you. Most crews didn't know the cause, only that some men rotted from the inside before they ever saw ashore again. The pirates who lasted were the ones who raided for citrus, for onions, for anything green and alive. You trade gold for a lime out here and mean it. But scurvy is the slow enemy. The fast one is weather. The horizon turns Bruce purple. The wind shifts, and the old hands stop joking mid-sentence. A tropical storm at sea in a wooden ship is not a scene. It's a sentence you serve for hours. You bail. You haul lines with bloody palms. You pray the mast holds and the hull doesn't split. Waves come over the rail, taller than the ship itself, and every one of them wants to peel you off the deck. The real danger isn't drowning, it's exhaustion and the cold shot that follows every soaking. Hypothermia doesn't need ice water. Wet clothes and wind will do it in the tropics too. The men who survived storms were the ones who tied themselves to something solid and kept moving. The ones who froze, bitterly or in panic, were the ones who didn't come back. You survived the storm, barely, but now a sail appears on the horizon and everyone reaches for a weapon. Here's where the movies lied hardest. Real pirate battles were mostly bluff, not broadsides. A skull flag went up. Cannons boomed once as a warning, and the target usually surrendered without a fight. Pirates wanted cargo, not corpses. A dead merchant crew meant a burned ship and nothing to sell. But when a target resisted, close quarters fighting on a slick deck was as brutal as war got. Cutlasses, pistols fired once and dropped, splinters flying off the rails like knives. You wouldn't fight for glory. You'd fight because there's nowhere on a ship to hide. Say you win the fight. You take the prize. You think that danger's over. It isn't. Now come the wounds. And in an age before antibiotics, a shallow cut could kill you 2 weeks later. Infection was the quiet executioner of the pirate world, more feared by anyone paying attention than the noose. The ship's surgeon, if you had one, was often just a carpenter with strong rum and a sharp saw. Amputation was survival math. Take the limb before the infection takes the man. What would you do here? Refuse the saw or trust the carpenter? Tell me before you see the answer. Most who refused died. Most who accepted lived if the shock and blood loss didn't kill them first. That's the truth of pirate medicine. Not romantic, just arithmetic. And then there's the crew itself, because the greatest threat on a pirate ship was often the man next to you. Cabin fever, drink, gambling debts, old grudges. Weeks of nothing turned small men into dangerous ones. The articles helped. Written rules, signed by all, dictating shares, punishments, and how disputes were settled. Break them, and the crew, not the captain, decided your fate. A pirate ship was a floating democracy with teeth. The pirates who lasted longest weren't the loudest or the strongest. They were the ones who kept their heads down and their word good. So here's the verdict. What actually kept a pirate alive wasn't a cutlass or a lucky flag. It was 3 things. Eat anything fresh you can find, respect the articles, and never, ever climb the rigging tired. The sea takes the careless first. The sickness takes the ignorant second. The crew takes the rest. Most pirates didn't die in a blaze of cannon fire. They died coughing, or feverish, or forgotten on some nameless coast. So, could you have made it? Would you have signed those articles knowing all this? If this one gripped you, the scenario on surviving a shipwreck in the age of sail is even more brutal. 1 man, no crew, no ship. Subscribe and turn on the bell. New survival scenarios every week, and the next one might be the one you'd fail. Because out here, the flag doesn't save you, the gold doesn't save you. Only the ones who learned the sea before it learned them. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. A what-if scenario, not survival, medical, or safety advice. Never attempt anything shown here.